Alright, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see what's going on today. I don't know why I say good morning. I know you guys are going to watch it every time, but just in case no one told you good morning today, I always like to say good morning. Right, we got Libra, we got scales going on today. We got Jupiter. We've got two, so definitely a lot going on with soul contracts, connections, partnerships, evening of scales between these two energies. There's a big wave whenever I get Jupiter going on. That's the energy that I pick up from that planet, right? Definitely a water sign is its ruling planet, or the ruling planet of a water sign. Only two runes today. Masculine. What you got coming out into the light? What you got coming out into the light today? See if you got to say something first. She paints her face to hide her face, her eyes of deep water. It's not for a geisha to want. It's not for a geisha to feel. A geisha is an artist of the floating world. She dances, she sings, she entertains you, whatever you want. The rest is secret, the rest is shadows. I'm picking up the energy that somebody's like, definitely, they're like, what you don't know her like I do is the song that I'm picking up right now. Though I got Love Like Never Before by Second Chance playing, right? It's not about what you're called, it's about what you answer to, right? I get the energy that someone tried to convince the masculine here that the feminine was not just a geisha, but like they were actually a full-on, worker in that field, right? They weren't just hired as escorts for fancy dates. They were actually sold like that, which is not how that worked at all. I mean, it was in the lower level stuff, but the higher end stuff, no, you didn't sleep with the clients. That wasn't how it worked. You were hired to entertain at parties, sing, dance, spin fans, flip cards. No, that was a gypsy thing. Oh my god. Alright, I didn't stop. Sorry. It's not what you call, it's what you answer to. If you weren't stirring the bucket, you wouldn't have gotten shit on your shoes, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. I ask for so little, just let me rule you and you can have everything you want. Nobody likes that card, man. That's the bad guy card. That's bad guy energy. Right? There's definitely someone who could have a more dominant personality. Sorry, this is bothering the hell out of me. That's uneven. Alright. What we got going on here? Happiness can be found in even the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. They watch us dine on empty plates and eat from empty glasses. There's a lot of faking it here, energy. There's a lot of faking it here. The dining on empty plates and drinking from empty cups, it's a referral to the movie The Interview with the Vampire. Where, never mind, sorry, scratch that. It's from the book, The Interview with the Vampire, where, Louis' father is still alive in the book. I believe he dies when the house burns down, but they would pretend to eat dinner with him, and so he was blind, but he could still hear, so they would scratch their forks and knives against the plates, and sip on, I believe, blood from cups, or pretend to drink from cups, in order for the father to believe that they were eating, but the servants and the slaves all saw what was going on. Do not dwell on the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate on the present moment. Somebody wants to do something in the present moment. What's going on in the present moment? There's nothing new under the sun. Nah, we want more than that. I want to know the specifics. What's going on here in the present moment? I got touche, pussycat. What? Femmes, you was right. What? What's going on in the present moment? They realize you were right. Sometimes the only payoff for having any faith is when it's tested again and again every day. Someone has done something to test whatever this connection is. They've done stuff to test this connection to see if it's true. Sleep perchance to dream. Someone's been testing something in the dream state. Something's been going on in the dream state. Their dreams have revealed something, but it's become addictive. That's a shadow card. So there's a lot of worry that this person might have been doing, like they could have been being extra on the dream state here. Right, to the point where they would prefer to be in the dream state than engaging in reality, and that could have wasted a lot of time. Someone has had a massive perspective shift here on something. Someone has had a massive perspective switch. But I feel like they finally just, accepting the feminine as she is, right? Like, holy, like that. What? She didn't lie about that. What? She didn't lie about that. How do you know why? Because she's talked to enough people and her story never changes. Her story never changes from person to person to person, right? Tested her, made fake accounts. Not saying your person quite went that far, but some people's definitely did, right? To the point of making fake accounts, things like that. Right? If you had any of this person's friends that may have approached you and tried to ask certain things or come at you a certain funny way, it's because they were told you were charging for things. So these people were coming to you to see if you were, in fact, charging for these things. Oh, I was so drained yesterday. I feel like getting some stuff out. I need to move around. But it ain't her fault. Look what good I got the song Looper guy gave her playing right now. This whole energy, it's like I know she's got haters, but man. Oh, we got truce here. What? The truce instead of truth with the sword there. Someone is definitely all in reverse except for one. We're gonna leave it up. Gonna leave it up. The only one upright on the 4D. The only one who is looking at shit actually clearly and not totally warped by programming and illusion and fear was this Princess of Swords. Though she might not have been the best at articulating it. Yeah, there's a pretty strong message on the telepathic line here of pretty much of what, I'm not a fucking option. Femmes are like that. They're like, what? I'm not an option. I mean, you guys are not going to sit here and cry, oh my god, you must have so many options, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, this, that, and the other thing, and then as soon as someone makes a serious play towards you and goes, shoot your shot, I'm going to give you a chance, da-da-da-da-da, cry and be like, oh, well, I like to keep my options. Femmes don't play that shit, y'all. Femmes don't play that shit. What? You cry, no one ever gives you a chance. You cry, you guys are fucking lonely. You cry, you're not getting any. You cry, it's so hard in the dating world. And then the universe brings a divine feminine into your fucking life, and you fucking crap on her, man. Why? Because you want to keep some nasty little fucking actual prostitute karmic around? Jesus, man. What is wrong with you people? The poor femmes, man. We gotta deal with some weird shit from these masculines. It is absolutely insane. We understand. Sacral energy is awesome. We love using that healing energy, and we love channeling energy, and we like being, we like being sexual creatures, like everybody does. It's a thing, right? It doesn't go away. I don't want to get into older people with their drives, but still, y'all take it to a weird place, and I have no idea what it is. I don't know what it is. Are you scared? Is that a masculine thing? Like, maybe they're scared. Maybe it's like, well, if I give up my options and then you're my only source for coochie, it's going to be a fucking problem. No. No. What? You don't want to be able to have it lorded over you? Is that what it is? You don't want to have it lorded over you? It's not how divine femmes work either. We don't like it having lorded over us either, man. And you're definitely, for sure, not going to share with anybody else. This is not what we do, right? Definitely a little heartbreak over, wish fulfillments here, right? 9 of Cups. It's like, what? Wish fulfillment was right there, so why is everybody crying right now, right? Ace of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. There was a big victory. Yeah, there was a bit... Someone literally got their wishes answered on the 3D. They were headed towards a huge victory, right, over past energies, and then this person had to act like this, right? They had to be a King of Cups, but instead of putting down their swords for the Queen of Cups, they were too defensive, but caused her to push them away, right? Yeah, cruelty. What she wasn't going to deal with this, right? If this isn't divinely guided for you, then it's not divinely guided for me. If you're just going to sit on your ass over there, then go sit on your ass over there. And she wasn't afraid to say this to this person. But she don't play. Divine feminines don't play, man. We don't have time for this. We're old. We've been here too many times, man. Some of us have already graduated, been to other places, come back to deal with this shit. And we're not going to play this ignorance game with you guys. If you can't get over the fucked up programming here, right, we get it. We're all born into this energies. We don't get to, we do, but we forget that we chose our fucking parents for the programmings that they were going to give us in order that we could break that programming so we could recognize it later to help others break from that programming. But you're still stuck. You got out of one program and went delusionally into another. So until you can get your head out of your ass, masculines, the feminines are not going to open up their energy back to you. Y'all need to let go of some of this crazy-ass manipulation shit. I hate to break it to you, but you are not the only spirit in the fucking universe. You are one of, at least, which theory has it, like 680 billion fucking planets that have the potential to harbor fucking energy in life, right? We get it. It's a simulation. It's a matrix. It's da-da-da-da-da. It's this, that, and the other thing. It does not mean it's not fucking real and we're not engaging in it and that other people do not fucking matter. Other people are real. This is something that I've been fighting for years since they first started talking about how it's simulation. Just because it's frequency and just because everything's made out of atoms and molecules and space doesn't mean it's not real. Doesn't mean that souls aren't real. Doesn't mean that people aren't real. Doesn't mean you can't just treat people any sort of way and not expect fucking consequences. Part of the simulation is the fucking program of karma. You can't escape that shit. Alright. Whew. Got 3 of Wands, the World. There's a lot of pressure about sitting and having to wait right now. Someone is waiting for an opportunity. They want to release the past. They want union. This is on the 5D. Ooh. It's on the 5D side. There was a lot of coffee. I need to calm down for a second. I said I was going to stop yelling at the camera. 14, 13 there. Page of Coins here. Someone has been immature. I'm getting immature on the 3D. They were immature. They mishandled the Empress, right? She had to stand her ground and was like, I don't know what you think is going to fucking happen here, but no. Nope. I don't know why I got the energy. I was like, you made your bed. First, the thing that came to mind was, you can't have your cake and eat it too. And the instant reply with that is like, who wants cake if they can't eat it, right? And then I was like, you made your bed, now you have to lie in it. I get the energy of like, if you don't wash your sheets and you want to lay in that nasty bed, then you go ahead and do that. But, I'm not type of energy. It's just with the 77, we've been talking about sevens lately a lot. Actually, it came out a lot last night in Orion Rising's Law of One podcast, right? 77 here. Someone had to stand their ground, right? Like their moral ground with this. They didn't like it, right? This was a harsh judgment. And this was a hard judgment to accept. Well, here's the thing. Because the feminines aren't manipulated like some of these other energies are, right? They're not pick-me girls. They're like, no, they're like, I'm not, it's really cute. No, I'm not a pick-me girl. The only thing pick-me about me is that I picked you. And the only thing embarrassing for you is you fucked it up. I mean, that's just how femmes feel about the shit, man. It's like, what, yeah. Defeat at all costs, yeah. It sure as fuck is defeat at all costs, because we don't play with third-party situations. Well, you wouldn't care at all about it. No, man. No. Why? Because I see 3 moves ahead, and I know that's going to cause drama. Acting like a page of stabs. Creepy little perv. Probably spied on the feminine for a long time. Probably been stalking her and everything. Finally gets a chance and tries to act all hardcore. Oh my god, that is so adorable. You have no idea. No idea. Some people are happy to shoot their shot, not get it, and still be friends. You'd be amazed, right? It's like, that's a healthy way of dealing with rejection. It's like, okay, so it wasn't the grand sparks, but we're still friends, right? Yeah, okay. And some are just like, you put her in competition and rejected her before you guys even gave anything a chance. That's pretty funny, right? Now you're all the way at a distance, having to start over in this connection again. I'm going to go with this right here. I want to show you these two. Because we got the 9 of Swords, right? That's the burdens that they're bearing, right? That's the 9 wands that are right here. It's like these 9 of Swords here, right? This person's being emboldened to try to carry something differently here. They are trying to focus on a new soul connection, right? This person's wising up. They are wising up. Oh, I didn't show you the bottom, right? There's a lot of balance coming into this. Could be Sagittarian energy, but there's a lot of balance coming to this. Someone wants to make moves here. This person's feeling like, yeah, they need to come in, they need to deliver this truth, they need to put it out into the sun, they need to stop hiding and being shady with stuff. Might have had something to do where, like, the masculine was trying to hide the relationship and the feminine was like, oh no, that's cute. No. But no, I'm not. I'm nobody's dirty little secret either. That's not how this game plays, right? Yeah, this person wants equal give and take. Balance and traditional. These guys are always saying that. That's the one thing I never understood with the red pill community. They're like, oh, traditional women are so hard to find, but then they have put 0 effort into finding a traditional woman. And if they do, they immediately want to corrupt her into the perverted lifestyle, right? Like, they don't even want them to stay that way. Like, they're like, oh, you're great, you're exactly what I want. How can I manipulate you into being something that you aren't? But that's what happens when men idolize people who use romance scams. Like, these guys that lure women in from other countries, and promise that they're going to marry them only to turn them into cam girls. That's their heroes. That's who they look up to. So, of course, they would... When you swim around in that kind of toxic energy, it's going to rub off on you. It's the same as, like, living with a narcissist or living with an abuser at some point. Like, we call it the dark empath or the empathic implosion. is when you have to start mirroring the narcissistic energy back at the other person, and it kind of means you have to kind of embody those narcissistic traits yourself for a while as a defense mechanism. These dudes are like the energy of fear of rejection is so strong that they will just, I don't know, gnarly some really toxic personas in order to embolden themselves. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody, but that's definitely the energy I'm picking up. I don't know if you guys have noticed my whole body language is like changed over the last few minutes, just feeling this energy that's coming off of whoever this is, right? It was like, that was very, very toxic. It's like, yeah, it's predatory. It's skeevy. It literally skeeves me out. Like, people wonder why, like, there's certain politicians I cannot listen to. Like, I can hear it. I can hear it in a person's voice. Like, as soon, like, anytime someone tries to, they get mad at me because they're like, you won't even listen. And I'm like, no, I can't. I don't care if it's a song. I don't care, what it is. It's like, as soon as I hear somebody's frequency of their voice, I just hear it. And it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. It's like, just the filth and the disgustingness and just the seething of the whatever. Like I said, it's that forked tongue energy for me, and I can hear it clear as day. I have to change the channel. I was into politics for a while, but there's certain people that, like, as soon as they start talking, I have to change the channel. There's something just demonic about their fucking voice that bothers me. Right? There's certain musical artists that, like, their voice sounds like, and certain frequencies just, I can't dwell in it. It's too much. Right? There's a decision here made about what is important here. What is the Ten of Cups? Ace of Cups, moving from a heart-based center. You can't have Ten of Cups without moving from a heart-based center. Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles is love and abundance, not lust and greed. There's a huge difference between those two. Right? I always say the Ace of Cups, right, is like the fountain of love, right? When you are truly connected into source, you do not run out of energies. I say this too, this is how Reiki healers are able to do what they do without draining themselves, right? They ground, they connect from source. They're not using their energy. They're just simply being a conduit for other energy, right? And when you're tapped into that energy, it is infinite. But when you are tapped into lust and greed, it runs out. It will wear you out. Karma always comes back to collect its debt for everything that you take early. So that's why I giggle at these little star seeds that are new here, right? It's your first time here, right? Some of us came back to be new, right? It's very, very important for these new souls to be here in order to help raise the consciousness of the universe. But what they don't realize here is they are here being schooled by people who have already conquered this game, been out, come back. Or, yeah, they either came from, I'm not going to get into that right now. But it's an energy of summer being schooled. And what's hard is some of these people aren't realizing how much karmic debt they are collecting up for using cheat codes, right? It's kind of like when you play Sims, right? Some people like to pull out, like, they get the cash register code and stuff like that, or they get, like, Call of Duty, they got a modded controller, right? Like, you're going to pay for cheating later. It comes back to haunt you. I love the Twitch thing, right? I'm getting the energy of somebody's being busted out on their Twitch channel for using modded controllers and cheating. Someone's been caught cheating. That's specific. There's definitely a lot of persistence here. I got a Knight of Cups trying to get to a Queen of Cups, right? The Hermit card here. This person feels bad. They're in a hermit energy. You might not even realize it now because of the way they acted before, but yeah, I got that energy of they're saving their staff for you. They're really focused. You might be the only person that gets them going, right? That's all they can think about. They want to bring justice. Devil. The devil. I get they were their own worst devil here, right? They had the Nine of Cups here. They had their wish fulfillment with this Queen of Staves. Secrets and lies about wanting to keep control, being over-controlling is what ruined this, right? And the Queen of Swords wasn't having it. Star guidance, right? Star guidance that this could be a good team. Someone is definitely reaping what they sow. Look, these guys came out together. Someone is reaping what they sow for their lies. They're reaping what they sow for their lies. And what do they have to do to prove it, right? What do they have to do now? The universe is like, I handed it to you and you fucked it up. What? Well, if now you believe that this was divinely guided, if now you believe it, what? There's only one way to find out. You have to take a leap. You want the Ten of Pentacles? You have to do it. You have to climb the high road. You have to make the move on the 3D. Right? That's why the universe, oh my God, look, right? Backing them to the edge, right? The universe is bullying the hell out of this person right now. Right? All that pressure they feel. I don't care what's going on in their lives and how good their lives may look right now. There is a ton of pressure on this person. Five of Staves. There's conflict around them about this. King of Staves. Right? There is conflict what's being caused by this anyway, right? Even in this energy, right? So what? So now they're trying to control themselves. Now they're sitting back on their throne. Now they're trying to step up, right? Now they're trying to step up to this energy, move in their truth, right? They want their Queen of Pentacles back. This is a secret for them, or something that they keep as a secret. I get 44 here, foundational. It's a foundation to what they're doing is to eventually bring this truth to this Queen of Pentacles, something about whatever happened here. They're trying to get to their divine feminine. There's a lot of conflict, though, around this. And I get the energy, yeah, what? Toxic people in your life do not want you to come together with your divine counterpart. They don't. I know that's so hard to believe, but what? People who didn't get their happily ever afters do not want you to have yours. If anybody gets their happily ever afters, it will destroy the illusion that happily ever afters are possible. And they need that. They have to have that. Happily ever afters are impossible, and it excludes, because that saves them from taking any accountability in their lives for being a shitty fucking person. I think that was some of the best advice I ever got from a fucking tarot reader online. It was back in the day when Rip used to really pop off at the mouth, and he was like, maybe the reason you're not in a relationship is because you're a shitty person with a shitty personality. Oh, he used to be mean as hell to Aries in his readings. He's all light and fluffy now. You got this spying energy here, right? They're understanding what they need to do. I like how he's on the water here on both these cards, right? This is a rite of passage. That is my rite of passage card. 66, right there, right? Moving on from the past. What are they moving towards? I always say that too. Oh, and of course the Magician here. The Magician here, right? Someone's realizing that their only way to get out of the imprisonment that they've been in is to cause this tower. This Magician is manifesting a tower here so that they can make new contracts. I always talk about that with Orion Rising's group with Leo over there. And it's how the difference between the way masculines manifest, or the way masculines describe and utilize manifesting energies versus the way feminines kind of do. Right? Feminines, we like to lean into the witchy stuff. We like rituals. We like herbs. We like connecting in that sort of way, and grounding and tools and things of that nature. Masculines are more alchemical. They like, yeah, they like more of the science, the math, geometry of it, things like that. That's how more of how they cast. That's the difference between the High Priestess and the Magician, right? Someone's out in the cold here. There's definitely a death energy going on here. And strength, right? Whenever you get death and strength right next to each other, that is the phoenix energy, right? That's that after the tower. Oh, I like that too. I didn't even mean to, and I picked him up in the middle. Right? I get being left out in the cold. He was like, this time the masculine was left locked in the tower, right? And it took yeah. This time it's the masculine who's trapped in the tower that's dealing with the curse. This person needs to make a movement here. They're stuck in this hangman. They're waiting. There's a lot of recalculating. This person's learning a lot. I get a lot with the hangman here. You get the scarecrow, and I get the mortar energy. Martyr energy off of the hangman, right? And it's kind of this energy of, yeah, it's like, what, you mortared yourself. Your own self-sabotage, your self-abandonment prophecy came true because you manifested it. Well, now, if you could manifest that energy and destroy perfectly good connections, why can't you use that same energy to destroy the bad connections in your life and get them to fall away? If you're going to go through towers and pain anyway, right? What do we get? I can do all bad all by myself is that's one of the big feminine favorite ones. But it's definitely the energy of what? Well, if you're already miserable where you're at, and how could things possibly get any fucking worse, right? Dealing with these people who are constantly causing drama in your life, then could it really be any worse to at least be doing it by yourself? I mean, you'd still be struggling just as much, but you'd be struggling without all the drama. The universe is calling you to bust a move for them again. What do we got? Working on it. Working on making an offer. But it's going to be a humble offer. Someone's working on making an offer, but it's going to be a humble offer. I get the kind of energy of all I have to offer is my heart. This person has been wrecked. Right? Like, what? I can't even afford a date. Can't even afford a reading to talk to you type of energy, right? I can't afford nothing that's specific for people who do readings and whatnot, but there's definitely the energy. It's like, I'm working on it. They're working on it. They're working on, I think, humbling themselves to the universe with all that pressure. Alright, I'm going to let this go with this, y'all. I hope that helped y'all out today. Blessed be all those who walk these weird and winding paths with me. I love y'all. I'll be back as soon as I can. I promise.